Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me for another video. So this week I want to talk about my empaths out there and highly sensitive people, and I want to give you some tips for you to start practicing so you can learn how to protect your energy, because man, if you are someone who is highly sensitive and empathetic, I mean, you definitely have your work cut out for you, because you are the kindest, sweetest, most gentle person ever, and you want to save the world, but at times it is completely exhausting to have these wonderful traits. So in this video, I'm going to give you some tips that you can start practicing daily to really protect your energy and take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically. And spiritually. Now, if you're new to my channel, my name is Stephanie. I'm a life and relationship coach. If you are not a subscriber, please click on that subscribe button, and don't forget to also click on the notification bell. The notification bell will inform you each week when I do upload a new video with a brand new topic. So let's get right into this week's video. So all of my empaths out there and my highly sensitive people, this video is especially geared towards yourselves, because we have to learn how to protect ourselves every single day from toxic energy, from vampires that want to just suck the life out of us and take advantage of us. So one thing for me, when I realized I was highly sensitive, it was like, oh my God, I have found my people. There are other people in the world that are like me and think like I do and feel like on a level that I feel. And so it's a great thing. And I have actually reached a point in my life many years ago, actually, where I really embraced the fact that I was someone who was highly empathetic and highly sensitive as well. And so I no longer look at it as a negative thing. You know, at times I had always wished that I didn't have the ability to feel on such a deep level, because if you don't know how to really manage this, it can really take over your life. So if you're not aware that you have these, traits and that you are this type of a person, it is very easy for you to really absorb other people's energy, take on all of the negativity that's on the news. If you're not aware of this, then you probably don't take care of yourself too well. And I think for me also the biggest thing was understanding that this was actually a gift and not a curse. So one of the very first things that you have to work on is removing yourself from negative energy. So when you are in an environment, you can feel it when you walk into a room when the energy level is really down, or when you are with someone that probably isn't the best for you. And obviously we're not going to just say, okay, bye, you're having a tough day, I'll see you later, because I can't take on any of that. But you have to learn how to practice removing yourself when it's time to leave a situation. So we can be involved with someone and listen to someone's stories. We can watch the news from time to time. But when we know we're reaching a point when it's starting to affect us, and now I really need to not be in this environment, you have to learn how to detach yourself and remove yourself from certain environments. Now, removing yourself from negative energy is not just with people, also it is within your home as well. So I always recommend burning some sage, either on yourself or in your home, to kind of clearing that negative toxic energy away. If you are a person that really loves healing crystals, then do that as well. It's just about making your home into a healthy, happy, cleansing environment. So opening windows, making sure you live in an environment where you get lots of natural light. I think that that's really important for someone who is highly sensitive and empathetic as well. Usually if someone is highly sensitive, they're most often than not going to be empathetic as well, but not all empaths are highly sensitive. So some of these tips may apply to just someone who's empathetic, and some of them may also apply to someone who is highly sensitive. To me, because I have both, they're just one and the same. So definitely decluttering your home, like I said, opening windows, having some kind of a fragrance that is soothing for you, always playing relaxing music, learning how to meditate. For me, that was something, for years I kept saying, I can't meditate, I can't clear my mind, I don't know how to stay focused on the breath and not ever think a thought. I would focus on my breath, and then all of a sudden my thought would be, here I go. So for me, learning how to do guided meditations was amazing, because it allowed me to meditate where I'm listening to something and focusing on those words and also doing affirmations at the same time. So I love guided meditations. I always recommend that you should be doing them morning and night. And if you can throughout the day, pop a tape in during your lunch break, sit in your car and just kind of decompress for a minute to get your energy back up. Because one of the things with being someone who's highly sensitive and empathetic, your energy can go from really, really high to really, really low very quickly. So you have to learn really how to take care of yourself, and self-care is so, so important. So doing the things that nurture your soul, that can fill you up, feed you inside, to give you the energy to go out and enjoy life. Also, regarding negative energy, like I mentioned earlier, removing yourself from negative situations in terms of people. When you are empathetic, you want to save the world. You want to, you hear a problem and you just want to come in and help, because it's easier for you to just put yourself into someone's shoes and feel what this person must be feeling and going through. And you don't want them to feel that way because it's easy for you to take on other people's problems. So it's almost like you live your life like, hey, your problem is my problem. And while to some extent that's a great quality to have, we can't have it all the time, every single day. And we have to know, when am I going too far and I'm taking on something that really has nothing to do with me and isn't about me, and I need to really honor myself and take care of myself in this moment. So learning that your problem isn't always my problem, and detaching emotionally from situations in order to protect yourself. That's not something that I can tell you, okay, in this specific situation, this is when you have to do it. You just have to learn how to be more in tune with yourself and constantly asking yourself, should I be doing this? Is this good for me right now? Is this something that's going to help my energy or hurt my energy? You have to also understand who you are. The energy that you put out into the world is a light, positive energy. And so you are always going to attract, especially someone that is highly empathetic, you are always going to attract those energy vampires. You are always going to attract those narcissistic people that want to just take, because you are a natural giver. So you have to be aware, like, hey, I tend to attract abusive people. I tend to attract takers. I tend to attract people that want to take advantage of me, whether it is consciously that they're doing it or unconsciously that they're doing it. So when you are a person that gives, people are just going to take because they know that you're the giver. And so you have to learn how to take a step back and know, is something good for me? Most people that are highly empathetic are the people that take on too much. So we all know someone in our life that gets involved in too many things, wants to help too many people, and they either become angry and resentful that they have this big load that now they're carrying because they didn't learn how to say no throughout the course of their day, right? So when we learn how to say no, or we don't offer help, to every single lost puppy that needs us, then we're able to protect ourselves, because the qualities that you have are so, so amazing, but you have to learn how to take care of yourself first. And I think that that's the biggest struggle for empaths, is learning, what do I need? How do I feel? What is good for me in this moment right now? Asking yourself those questions day in and day out is 100% necessary if you are someone who is highly empathetic. Because if you don't, then it's just very easy for you to constantly be discarding what it is that you need that is self-nurturing, self-caring, and just taking on the world and taking on other people's problems and issues and situations. The other thing that I think is so, so important when you are someone who is an empath is learning how to leave relationships. And I think at times we're the type of people that want to just hang on. We give people chances after chances, and we don't want to accept someone for who they are because we want to believe that they're a good person, because we believe everyone's a good person, and let's save the world, and this person's really hurting and that's why they're narcissistic and they have this rough childhood, or they were having a bad day, and we tend to just constantly let people off the hook time and time again when we're not seeing a person for who they are based off of what they're showing us. We just want to believe that there's someone that they're not. They're not showing us that they're that person. And if their actions aren't matching up with who we want them to be, then we have to disengage from that relationship and be able to leave that relationship. And I think that also empaths struggle with leaving and having this guilt for leaving, that, well, I could have given it one more chance, or I could have tried harder. You have to learn, when someone shows you who they are, that you believe that you believe them, and that and you have very high standards and know what you want, and expect more out of people than probably what you expect right now, because empaths tend to also have a very low bar because they are bendable and they want to believe the good in everyone. Again, while that's a great quality to have, you're also going to really struggle throughout the course of your life because there are abusers, there are takers, there are not so nice people in this world, unfortunately. And even though that they're not so nice because of something that could have happened to them, that's not your problem. That's not something that you have to take on, because we're all adults and we all have to take responsibility for our own actions and our own behaviors. One of the other things that I think is extremely important for someone who is highly sensitive or empathetic regardless, I mean, it's important for anyone, but especially for people like ourselves, because our energy does dwindle over the course of a day, is exercise. Getting plenty of exercise, eating right, sun is definitely really, really important. So being out in nature, being connected with those parts of ourselves where we really thrive. And so for me, I know that nature is my best friend, that when I am going for a walk, either on a trail or in the woods, that just immediately makes my energy feel even higher than it was before. It's a place where it's peaceful for me. The ocean is another place. I love, love, love being outside, which is really hard sometimes when you live in New England and it's still like 60 degrees barely. But luckily today is 72, so I've already been outside and I will go for a walk again later on. But anyways, I digress, telling you the course of my day. But I do think that making it a point to get outside, go for a walk. You don't need to be a gym rat. You don't need to, work out 5 days a week. It's just about moving the body. It's just about getting fresh air. It's just about, okay, I had a piece of cake yesterday. Maybe after dinner, I'll just have a little bit of fruit as my dessert. It's all about balance. It's all about in the moment, is this good for me? I think that those are really, really important questions to always be asking yourself. I think these things are really important for all of us to do on a day-to-day basis, and it's really just about self-care. It's really about being alone, getting some good alone time in, and I know all of you empaths out there and highly sensitive people absolutely love your alone time, because I know I do. And it's just about really learning how to take care of yourself. And when you're taking care of yourself, you're tuned in with yourself, you're asking yourself, what do you need? How can I take care of you? That creates inner happiness. That creates inner contentment and peace. And so really what we should be doing every single day is focusing on these things to be the best versions of ourselves, to be the healthiest versions of ourselves. So I hope that this video has helped you. If you have enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below. I will see you guys next week in my next video.